won't stop till I hear him say.
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. Oh my goodness gracious. If you hold HBAR, put on your seatbelts right now, because I'm telling you, this is about to be a crazy video breakdown. So I don't even know where to start. I have so much information for you all today. Over 10 tabs today to go over. First, we're going to start with some video clips from Susan Yang. And there's going to be a reason why I'm showing you Susan Yang. She is the General Manager of International Payments and Network Management at Commonwealth Bank in Australia. Now, this is going to play a massive role in connections with HEDERA. Some very interesting news that came out this year surrounding the HBAR Foundation and Commonwealth Bank alongside Fresh Supply Co., the largest user of MasterCard. I mean, wow, so many connections. If you enjoy video breakdowns like this, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe, going in depth via crypto research for you all. I cannot stress enough, this is not financial advice. You need to make sure that you are conducting your own research. This is just information that I have found that is readily available to each and every single one of you, and I'm just presenting that information. So where do we get started? Let's play a video clip from Susan Yang just to start this off, where she goes into talk about Commonwealth Bank logical next step, okay? Pay attention, key vocabulary. That is always an important driver in the CYPRX content, is the key vocabulary.
About 10 years ago, so well ahead of 2018 launch of MPB. Then once you have the domestic capability, like since February 2018, since Australia, we launched the domestic payments. Now to expand that, to really offer a real-time cross-border payment experience is the logical next step for us.
To launch a real-time cross-border payment experience is the logical next step for us. Commonwealth Bank. Give Susan Yang a round of applause. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear that? That's a massive statement. That is a crazy quote, okay? People are sleeping on this information. Now, we're going to come back to this. I'm going to connect Commonwealth Bank to HEDERA hash graph. It's going to tie itself all in. First, I want to take your attention to a Bloomberg article, all right? Stick with me. This is all going to play an important role. We're going to switch the narrative a little bit because we know that HEDERA hash graph is diverse. Let me explain. HEDERA hash graph is versatile. It is a very versatile distributed ledger technology that has the potential to revolutionize a wide range of industries. For example, supply chain management, finance, gaming, healthcare, advertising. Well, in this video breakdown, we're going to focus in on supply chain management and finance, tying in Commonwealth Bank with supply chain management companies. So with that being said, that's why I'm showing you all this article. Pay attention to the numbers that we're about to hone in on. Okay, this is where life-changing wealth comes into fruition. Now, I'm not telling you all that HEDERA hash graph is going to be the one and only. It's going to be the chosen one. No, but in my personal opinion, could they potentially take a piece of this if they follow the rules, if they get past the regulatory environment and they are a survival of the fittest at the end of all of this crypto winter, and they do come out on top? If they do, again, yes, I do think that they could get a piece of this. So check this out. World's $10 trillion food system eyes a COVID era reboot. This article from 2021 goes on to read, what essentially is a $10 trillion complex web of people and processes that ensure food travels from farm to fork, pay attention, farm to fork, is undergoing its greatest scrutiny yet. How to transform it has been a subject of all three food-focused panels at this year's virtual Davos Confab. Now remember, HEDERA hash graph, Davos, World Economic Forum, again, it's all connected. Pay attention. Okay, why am I reading these numbers to you? Remember, we got 10 trillion from this article, all right? Bloomberg. We know that HEDERA hash graph is diverse. We have this article right here, okay? This is from KPMG, and it goes on to say, the agriculture and food sector remains one of the few bright spots in otherwise troubled global economy, with strong underlying growth, drivers such as population, urbanization, and the rise of the middle class. It is expected to remain so. Not only are the economic fundamentals strong, but so is the level of political support as food security tops government agendas. It goes on to say the goal of the global agribusiness, pay attention, agribusiness value chain, which spans input companies through to the final consumer and has a total value of around US $5 trillion. So we're starting to see some major numbers when it comes to something that involves the global population, right? So now let's jump into this. We head over to HBAR Foundation. You can come down here. This was posted on March 30th. I don't know if any other influencers have covered this, but check this out. We see fresh supply code. Now that caught my eye because I was reading these two documents, right? Where it goes on to talk about trillions of dollars. That's a key word that I like to search up, right? Trillion. And you'll come to find out that a lot of these documents have these $1 trillion projections. It's pretty crazy when you actually look into it. So that led me to finding this article, March 30th, 2023, the HBAR Foundation, Fresh Supply Co., the largest user of MasterCard, migrates to HEDERA for real-world asset tokenization. I'm about to blow your mind right now if you're still here watching this video breakdown. Check this out. It says, today, we're excited to announce Fresh Supply Co., the largest user of MasterCard and partner of Commonwealth Bank. Remember Susan Yang at the beginning of this, that all ties in. Has migrated from the private MasterCard blockchain to the public HEDERA network. Okay, again, this just came out this year. And you heard Susan Yang at the beginning of this. It goes on to say, by tokenizing assets and events throughout the agri-food supply chain at scale, FCO is actively digitizing food production and trade, enabling complete transparency and deep verifiable data for financiers. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is changing. Do you understand what's about to happen? If you make it to the end of this video, it's seriously going to blow your mind and send shivers down your spine as to what is coming for the future of finance. So we're going to take just a quick pause right there. Here we see Agrifood. I showed you guys $1 trillion numbers from that. All right. Why I'm even showing you that? Well, I remember I have an article saved in my bookmark, September 13, 2022, tokenization of illiquid assets to reach $16 trillion by 2030. Illiquid assets. Now, a lot of people don't know agri-food assets can be both liquid and illiquid depending on the specific asset and market condition. For example, farmland can be considered a relatively illiquid asset as it can be difficult to quickly sell or trade land. And here we see the tokenization of illiquid assets to reach 16 trillion by 2030. Well, guess what? What do we see? By tokenizing assets and events throughout the agri-food supply chain at scale, they meet hand in hand, right? Agri-food, illiquid asset. Do you guys see 16 trillion? There's another $1 trillion number tied to something that HEDERA Hashgraph is revolutionizing. Do you guys see how I'm starting to piece a little bit of the puzzle together here and there for you all? So this article continues to go on and read. FCO is migrating the whole of its existing business onto HEDERA, leveraging the HEDERA consensus service and HEDERA token service. In the future, I behoove you guys to go and read these articles on the HEDERA website, okay? In the future, FCO plans to integrate with the HEDERA Guardian in preparation for work with governmental institutions. The way that they end that is just like a freaking banger, okay? So we know agri-food supply chain is what? Part of tokenization of illiquid assets, okay? We already have seen $16 trillion predictions of that for the future, 10 trillion, 5 trillion. I mean, who knows what it's going to be again? I'm just attempting to show you all what's about to happen. Now, this is even crazy right here. This is an article from BCG, the Boston Consulting Group, if I'm getting the acronym correctly. This is very interesting. Okay, it goes on to talk about the total tokenized market to be 10% of global GDP by 2030. Yeah, we get that. Blah blah blah. We've been over that. But the tokenization specifically of illiquid assets to be $16 trillion worth opportunity globally. That's massive right there. Sorry, I lost my footing because this font is so light. Okay, let me zoom in for you guys so you guys can see that real quick. Right, and again, this is a Boston Consulting Group article, on-chain asset tokenization, specifically mentioning the crypto winter. Okay, so after the crypto winter, what's the potential outcome? Again, trillions of dollars. So we know that HEDERA Hashgraph is very diverse. Now, to tie this back into Susan Yang and why I even played a little tiny video clip, and I have one more video clip for you all from her, okay? Because we know HEDERA Hashgraph is set to revolutionize finance as well, along supply chain management. So this is a very interesting article, okay? I had a little article pulled up where I was going to talk about, 5 ways blockchain decentralization will improve Agrifood. You know what? I'll skip this boring part and I'll link this one in the description down below. But, there's a lot of people out there that say, oh, blockchain doesn't bring utility, senators that are telling you that, politicians that are telling you that, CEOs that are telling you that. Ignore them. Go read a document. I'll link this one in the description down below, why it is that we're talking about Agrifood, supply chain management and whatnot. This is a crazy article right here just to enlighten yourself on the, the benefits that distributed ledger technology and blockchain technology, even though HEDERA is not a blockchain tech, it's a distributed ledger tech. It's still one and the same, the same ecosystem type of deal. Okay. Anyways, I'll link this one in the description down below for anybody, but back to the finance. Okay. So Commonwealth Bank, remember, Commonwealth Bank and attached to Agrifood tokenization of illiquid assets. Okay. We see here Commonwealth Bank, Fresh Supply Co., migrating over to HEDERA. Okay, and we see Commonwealth Bank mentioned, which is why I mentioned Susan Yang. I'm getting to it. Cypress Wright jumped to the conclusion already. Okay, I mentioned to you guys also that the world is about to freaking completely change, and people are not awake and aware to that. This is straight from the HEDERA.com website. You cannot make these connections up. It is all intertwined. Imagine a dark web that you can't see behind closed doors, right? Meetings, them shaking hands, having dinners, having lunch meetings with each other that, again, the public doesn't get to see. This is what I'm talking about. Check this out. Australia's national debt operator, Optos, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, joins HEDERA Governing Council and will run Aussie HEDERA network node. Now, you cannot seriously make these connections up. It's so tied in and so crazy that people are not seeing how just insane the rabbit hole goes. Sydney, Australia, Dallas, Texas, 12:01 a.m. Thursday. I'm not going to read the date. Why am I reading the date? Australian payments company, Ethos, which operates Australia's national debit card processing infrastructure. Look at that mouthful right there. You can make an acronym out of that. CPI. Debit card processing infrastructure. Today announced it has joined the HEDERA Governing Council and will run the country's first HEDERA network node this year. By joining the HEDERA Governing Council and running the Australian node alongside some of the world's largest and most influential companies, we are excited to participate in the development of next generation micropayments. What? Wake up, people. Wake up. Next generation. It's coming. I sound crazy now, but I sound crazy too. A year ago when I was telling people, hey, check it, look it. I'm taking all my money out of banks. Based off the research I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. I'm letting you know that that's what I'm doing. Move accordingly, right? Not financial advice. And then a year later, look what happened. You get what I'm saying? It's not hard to do this research. It's there for you to do, okay? They're not putting these articles out to steer you in the wrong direction. They're putting these articles out so that way in the future they can say, we tried to tell you. But people are sleeping and they're not doing research. They're watching TikToks. They're watching freaking, I don't even know. It's just nuts, okay? Technology, this goes on to say, technology that has the potential to open up entirely new ways of conducting business for Australian enterprises and enable compelling new experiences for Australian consumers. For example, this is where it gets crazy. Mobile wallets, e-commerce, digital identity, okay? National QR code payments rollout. What? This doesn't just say your friendly neighborhood, it says national. This means all of Australia. Okay? Nuts. Absolutely insane. But when we scroll down here to connect this all, and I'll stop yelling into the microphone, this stuff just gets me so hyped. Do you all see how I connected it all? I'll run through one more time just to connect the dots because I know this is not a mind map. So it's a little bit hard for you to piece together what I'm seeing, but I will bang it out at the end. Ethos is Australia's debit card system, processing over 2 billion debit card transactions in 2020. This is a little bit outdated, worth an average of more than 300 million each day. Ethos is wholly owned by its 19 members. Again, I'm reading this, by the way, from the HEDERA website, okay? Compromising the largest financial institution. Ethos is wholly owned by its 19 members. Who are those members? Compromising of the largest financial institutions and retailers in Australia, including Commonwealth Bank of Australia. one of those 19 members. Who? With the company Eptos, who just did what? Australia's national debit operator Eptos joins HEDERA's governing council. Do you all see how it's all connected? So to tie this all in and to put an end to all this, we know that HEDERA is set to revolutionize supply chain management, finance, gaming, healthcare, advertising. I just keep saying those because off the top of my head, those are the ones that I study the most. I've shown you guys some pretty insane numbers, right? We went to the HBAR Foundation website. We came across this article posted March 30th, 2023 in connection with Commonwealth Bank, a agri-food supply chain company. We talked about the tokenization of illiquid assets reaching $16 trillion, right? I explained to you guys that the agri-food supply chain is a part of the tokenization of illiquid asset process, right? Farmland, things of that nature, okay? Susan Yang, Commonwealth Bank. All right, I'll leave you guys with this one here. So I hope that, I know I get a little bit ahead of myself, but I hope you guys were able to see those connections the way that I am. I know this stuff is just so crazy when you go down the rabbit hole. Nothing that I constitute here is financial advice. I'll leave you guys with this last little statement from Susan Yang, Commonwealth Bank, again, in connection with the HEDERA hash graph. Listen to what she says about 24/7, 365. I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.
So that's why MPPA in Australia we already announced right now in December 2023.
In December 2023.
That's a target date for us to be able to process the domestic leg of international payments via MPP. So by then, meaning we can start to pass on the domestic leg to any banks who are participating in MPPA real time, 24/7, 365 days.
24/7, 365 days.
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Major announcement today. The wait for the release of my new book, Forever Efficient, is finally over. Yes, that means as of today, you all can head over to Amazon.com and get your very own copy of the new book, Forever Efficient. With that being said, I want to take a second and say from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful and thankful for all of the individuals that stood by me and supported me throughout the journey of getting this book published and released and pushed out to you all. So thank you all so much. I would not have been able to do this without you all. With that being said, don't forget that as of today, the book is live on Amazon.com. As always, ladies and gentlemen, be cognizant, be aware out there, and I'll see you guys next time.
I won't stop till I hear him say